Welcome to 40 Below Zero, an international podcast about life with invisible illnesses, hosted by two guys living with multiple sclerosis. Coming to you from the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, I'm your co-host Nix, and with me on this ride is Terry, a Londoner who calls Ontario home. We're so happy you're here with us as we continue to try and normalize a life that is anything but. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the show, everybody. We're so glad you're here. Terry, we got a lot to do. The holidays are upon us. Let's get started. What's up with you?
No, I'm joking. Holidays, just I'm like,
Yeah.
who's gonna bother me? I love the Christmas time. Don't get me wrong, okay? So,
Well, down here we have back to back. It's the season of the feast is upon us because we get to feast for Thanksgiving, we get to feast for Christmas, we get to feast for the New Year. It's a
oh, you
lot of
guys, you guys celebrate Christmas?
yeah,
Cool.
kinda, the commercialized version, I guess.
Cool, cool.
So we got a lot coming up. A lot of it's that time of year where you feel bad because you can't make every party. You feel bad because you haven't sent out Christmas cards. You feel bad because you didn't buy enough gifts. There's a lot of feeling bad that underlies all this feeling good. So, it's an important reminder to set your boundaries and
Setting your boundaries just means to say no
yeah,
and
just saying no when you can't go any further and not feeling bad about it
not
because
feeling bad that you're an asshole to someone.
yeah.
No, you know what I mean. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we always feel like we let people down because we haven't hit every supposed obligation. We all do our best. And then we feel bad about like not, I don't know, maybe not maintaining traditions.
You know, this is the time when I start getting cards on my door.
Right.
People in the building are like, hey, and they put a card in my door. So I open my door, I'm like, oh, there's another card. And who is it from? Who do I have to give a card back? And you're going to say, no, you don't have to. They're just giving you a card. And then I'm the asshole who
No,
never,
I I hear what you're saying, and it's a common trap and a common feeling. It's um there's a on the show The Big Bang Theory.
yeah.
Sheldon nailed the sentiment perfectly. He said, "You haven't given me a gift, you've given me an obligation because now I'm obligated to return a gift."
So true. So
So
true.
I hear you.
Katrina's like, let's send Nick a card. I'm like, no. She's like, this is what I do. I'm like, I know, but then he's gonna think, and then we're gonna start this. No. And she did it anyway. Remember? And
Nice.
then I'm like, just tell him I
Yeah.
say hi. And she's like, I don't know what she wrote, but I'm like, that's enough.
Says hi. Hi from Terry.
It's not me, man.
And is your post still on strike?
Dude, stop. Don't ask me this is stuff. I don't know if it is. I
What do
don't
you
think
mean
it
you
is.
don't know? Do
Okay,
you never
okay.
leave your apartment? There's more to the world than your apartment and
I
and
haven't,
uh Timmy's.
dude, honestly, I haven't looked into it to see what's going on because I am getting my mail. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
I'm figuring everything's
Something's
okay.
working. Yeah.
I'm not getting as much mail. So I am getting mail. I'm getting the important stuff, so it's fine to me. But
I
it
got
was
you.
it was on strike again like a month ago or something.
Jeez. I I just saw it on the news today. There's something like 62 million people are going to be on the road today. And
Oh, because of Thanksgiving.
I am very glad that I'm not one of them. I
Yo,
have nothing to do.
your Thanksgiving, first of all, our Thanksgiving is huge too. I'm not going to discredit our Thanksgiving, but yours seems to be like bigger than Christmas sometimes.
It's definitely up there. That's for sure. It's a
Damn.
lot of pressure placed on one meal. It takes 12 hours to cook sometimes, and it takes 20 minutes to eat it.
You know why I hate going to people's homes when there's like 10, 15 people in this home? It's because they usually have one or two bathrooms. Sorry, I know I'm the bathroom
Oh,
guy, but and then what's funny is when someone stands up and goes, I need to use the washroom, I'll be back. In my head, I'm like, you better hurry because not that I need to use it, but You know, when your last steps to the washroom, all of a sudden you need to use the washroom
Oh
so
yeah.
bad. It's the same thing when someone stands up to use the washroom. You're like, oh, I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
Now I have to hold it. Damn.
Now yeah, yeah. It's like I always say claustrophobic feeling, like you're I don't know.
Sure.
It's not
It's
this
anxiety inducing.
totally.
So nothing like celebrating. It's like all this happiness comes with all this stuff, all this baggage. Doesn't have to be that way.
You know, when I come out of the west room, you know, when I come out of the west room, uh, you always see a smile, and they're like, "Oh, you're relieved?" I'm like, "No, it's just nothing bad happened. I'm good. It's a good
Yeah.
moment, you know. I take the good moments in, and I smile. I look like a little kid when I smile. I come out like, yeah.
I pottied today. I pottied today.
Yo, one thing I want to talk to you about is my eye. And I've
Okay.
noticed this because I'm watching the episodes,
Right.
editing them, editing them, and
Now, is this the eye we've been talking about? The one I kind
no,
of peer pressured you into making an appointment for?
which I do have an appointment for, which is thank you.
Perfect.
But yeah, I didn't tell you that on here that I actually made an appointment.
Mm-mm.
Thank you for
Maybe.
pestering me. This eye is just whatever. You know, I wouldn't even notice it if I didn't cover my eye. I wouldn't notice it. It's just it looks like
Okay.
it feels like I need glasses. But this eye here, now people are going to stare at it and it's okay because it's the real deal, man. And this is the vulnerable side of me. This eye is drooping. Maybe not now. There's some times when you'll notice it. This eye becomes wide and this one's shut. I don't,
Now, is is it, have you noticed, have you been tracking it? Is it related to like fatigue or stress, or
mm,
because editing the show, you're staring at the screen, right? Does it hurt? Does it seem to happen just randomly, or
I think it's just when I'm exhausted.
is it cannabis induced?
Is it happening right now? Because I'm not cannabis induced right now. I feel like it's happening right now, but I just think it's when my energy is low. I don't know what it is.
Gotcha. That's just another fun part of being you, Terry.
How is it
That's
now? Does it just be honest?
man.
Is my
Hang on, I got you on like a thumbnail size over here. All right, it looks fine.
okay, cool. Okay.
Humans are not symmetrical. No, your eyes are not going to
All
be
right.
the same all
All right.
ever.
Stop analyzing. Let's move on.
You
Okay.
asked for it.
There's something on the news. There was a Hong Kong high-rise fire.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. I saw that.
Crazy. And there are
So
people
go ahead.
stuck in there. I can't
Mhm.
imagine people who are not able-bodied.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And to bring it into our world, that just, you know, brings to the front that you should really, as a former fire marshal, I will tell you it is extremely important to make a fire safety escape plan. Everybody thinks, I don't, it's fine. I don't have to do that. You know, the thing that I would say when I was teaching is, yeah, you know your house pretty well because you spend a lot of time there, but could you get out of your house with your eyes closed, crawling? How long would that take? And if it takes longer than 5 minutes, you should really have a plan because 5 minutes is way too long. So if you're a person with mobility, it's even more important when you have mobility needs that you think about that. And that's another layer of stress everywhere we go. It's, what's the fastest, safest escape route for me?
So you and your family, have you done a test before? And don't lie to me, man. Have you
Oh, yeah.
guys
Oh, yeah.
So you guys are like, let's see if we can shut off all the lights,
When the
blindfold,
kids, yep.
and crawl out this house?
When the kids were little, we absolutely
Get
executed
out of here.
escape
That's
plans.
so cool, bro. You really did that?
Yep.
So every
At least,
household right
at
now
least twice we've done it.
has to do that. That's the smartest thing. Guys, what if this happens? What if we need to crawl out of here blindfolded and see if we can
Yep.
make it to the car and then drive blindfolded?
That's why it's not 100, it's not required everywhere yet, but there's a lot of places that are getting ahead of the curve by putting the exit signs, the lit up exit signs. They're putting them down low by the door on the ground. Excuse me, on the ground almost,
Okay.
because they've found that not only is it important to have the exit sign above the door, but again, your smoke rises, you're going to be crawling out maybe. The visibility is terrible.
Yeah,
So they started putting them right by the door, right down low, so that you
makes
can see
sense.
exactly where you're going to go. Um, but yes, to answer your question, yes, the girls, we did fire safety plans, we did evacuation, where to meet, and we practiced. Um, there was a story here in town. I think it was before I was even a firefighter, um, where the the kid knew more than the babysitter, and there was an incident, and the kid helped the babysitter and his sibling get out of the house safely because his family had run that plan. So
That's
yeah,
crazy cool.
it's one of those things that you don't need it until you do.
Yeah, it's always like that, right?
Right. And that's important if you travel. I'm the guy who the first thing I do is close the door on the hotel room, and then I look at the map. How
Yeah.
far is it to the nearest exit? Count the doors,
You're
that
making
kind of
a
stuff.
lot of people feel not responsible. That's for sure. Because I never do that. I see it, but I'm not like, hey guys, come on, let's analyze this.
Just takes like 2 minutes just to be like, okay, if I turn right, I have 5 doors to the exit. That's really all you need to know.
So this brings me to another point of, okay, so you always make sure, but what if you're alone and you're choking? Do you have
Mm.
a choking rescue device? And you can buy one on Amazon. I've heard
Can you?
about this. Yeah, oh yeah. It's a suction thing and it's not cheap. It's like for each one is American, maybe $50. And but who
I
cares? Who cares about the money if it's gonna
Yeah, yeah. Right.
I fear because I live alone. I'm always like when I'm chewing, what if I start choking? I don't have issues. I know a lot of people have swallowing issues. I
Right.
tend to when I'm very tired, I'm like, is it weak? I can't really tell if it's weak. So it probably isn't if you can't really tell. But I'm always like, what if I start choking? What do I do? Run to my neighbor, knock, and you know? So, and we were talking about this in groups with other
Right.
MSers, and someone said, oh, I have a choking um, choking device, a
Right.
choking rescue device. I'm like, they exist.
Yeah,
Shouldn't every household mandatory have one of these?
I don't think so.
But, but
I
what
mean,
if?
yeah, but here's the thing. It's good to have that tool, like the gentleman said he has, the rescue device. But do you, is it located close to where you eat? Is it like nearby? Do you have to go up a flight of steps to get it? Like, where do you store this thing? Can you use this thing under extreme pressure? Like, yeah, it's fine and dandy if you're just gonna, mess around and be like, oh, this is how you use it. But your brain is telling you that you're actively dying and to do something. And now you have to get the thing, bust it out of the packaging, use it correctly. There's a lot of things that you're going to try to do while you're running out of oxygen.
I get it.
Yes, all of these things are important. Like that might be the lifesaver. I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm just saying practice with it. Keep it close by. Otherwise, it's like, yeah, I have fire extinguishers in my house. They're all out in the garage. It's like, well, what good would
Yeah,
that
yeah,
do
yeah,
you in
yeah,
the,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know? So, and
yeah.
there's I know we're starting off the show with like, doom and gloom, but there's a lot of safety concerns that come along with traveling for the holidays.
Yo, this is a great show so far.
Yeah. You're doing you're in a new environment, you're dealing with different situations.
Yeah,
You're A lot of people, like I'm sure you do it just like I do it. You push yourself further than your energy will allow to make sure you meet all of those traditions or whatever obligations.
yeah.
Um, so it's a lot.
I'm just the guy who thinks of backup for everything, except for when there's a fire. But I think of backups for everything, right? Like if there is a winter storm and I can't leave my home, I have backup after backup, so I won't run out of anything.
Hmm.
So that's just the way my mind thinks, right? And then the choking, it's like everyone should have one of these devices. I didn't buy the device, but I was just like, that's where my mind goes.
Yeah, and honestly, if it is a symptom that you have to deal with in your life, then yeah, absolutely, you should look into all these. It's just another tool,
Yeah,
just another thing, and it's something that you would have to like you end up just carrying so much stuff because
I
it's
know.
but that's what you got to do. You got to bring the toolkit with you.
Dude, I have so much useless stuff
Do
just because
you do you roll around with a tools for your chair?
no,
Really?
no, I don't. But Bean and all the crew, they always have that Allen key. They always
Hmm.
have,
I
no,
have a little toolkit that I roll around with too, just in case I need to tighten up something. Or I'm not saying I can like break down my whole chair and do a whole retrofit or whatever, but I've there's been several situations where my foot plate has come loose and starts dragging on the ground. And
dude,
I think I mentioned it a while ago. We were at a Phillies game and John had to end up like I had to lean back and get my front wheels way off the ground and he just ended up pushing me all the way to the van.
yeah.
But yeah, so after that I don't leave the house without I guess I do a once over to the chair maybe every 3 days or so. I check all the bolts
Wow.
and yeah, it's very, very often do I look over the whole chair.
Dude, well, you're making me feel so like, anyway, I'm not ready like for this stuff.
I check tire pressure every
I'm
other
not
day.
set up and yeah, that's what I'm saying. I put on my thing every 2 months to check the pressure. You're like
Every
every other
2 months.
day, dude. Yeah,
Wow.
what? And
Oh, no,
sometimes
no.
when I check, it's 50 psi. It's supposed to be 110 or something. It's 50
It's whatever you want
psi,
it to be.
and well, it depends on your tires and
Hmm.
but
I'm the same. For me, it's 100.
even when it's really low, I don't feel a difference. And then when I pump it up, then you're like, oh my God, it's so much easier,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
It feels like you're trying to push your wheelchair through sand if it's too low.
I got muscles, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, I agree. But I don't check them that often. I check it every 2 months.
Maybe it's a little much, but
If it's easy for you to check it, fine. For me, it's
it
not.
is. It is. I
Do you
just
have a
popped a
tire
little.
pressure
Yep.
thing? Is that what you
Hmm.
do? Oh, okay.
Yep. Little tire pressure thing. I have a little portable battery powered pump
Yeah,
that I just hook on there. Takes 30 seconds, ready to roll. Because I'm trying to make it easier, not harder. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I get it.
Because that does a whole lot of physical things. If you're pushing your shoulders could be impact. Like there's a whole host of things that can happen. So you got to make sure that your PSI is right. A lot to think
No,
about for the
well, I
holiday
get
season, Tara. There's a lot.
holiday
And
season.
we started all this conversation and talking about the horrific accident in the high rise. So it sucks,
Yeah.
but holy smokes. So transitioning away from that, now that, we have anything happy on the list to talk about, or is it all
Mm,
holiday doom and gloom?
there's a lot more doom and gloom.
Ah, fantastic. Let's keep going then.
Um, let's mention that Brian again is not with us.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Oh, so we were talking about him and
mhm.
we were talking about how the one thing he had talked about was the wardrobe and how when he was on the show, the three of us he had mentioned that he didn't, change his wardrobe and I said I had and that kind of stuff. So,
Oh
um
yeah, yeah,
mhm. Super impactful guy. Um
yeah.
and I don't want to rehash it, but I was just thinking about it the other day because I saw yet another reel from one of his, you know, people. So it just continues to prove how much he was loved. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's made an impact in so many people's lives, man. And I'm reading all the messages that people are writing about him. And yeah, he's impacted my life. He's cool. We had him on the show twice. Dude,
Hmm.
the guy is he's so real. He says it and he doesn't care and he's still cool, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely makes sense. And, we miss you, Brian. That's for sure. One of the things you and I had been talking about um, offline, I guess, is we were talking about coping with it's been noticeable for me and for you that the cognitive decline has been real noticeable in the last couple of months or as time goes on here. And I jokingly attributed it to like the deep rabbit hole I went down on the web, especially YouTube. I stayed up late one night and I just kept going, clicking video after video, which is not healthy, and no, you probably shouldn't do it. But it was like how was it 3 Eye Atlas was an alien craft, and it was behind the sun now, and it was the reason why we had the gigantic magnetic storm, and it was making everybody feel weird and like all this other stuff. So I was kind of blaming it on that. I was like, no, it's not the MS, it's this alien ship that's messing with the magnetic field of the Earth.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm so interested, bro. What show are you watching?
I'm watching the
I watch
news. Listen, I learned it on the internet. It's got to be true, Terry.
No,
Okay? The
exactly.
internet has never, especially YouTube, has never steered any of us wrong.
Yo, I'm a big believer of that. Don't. I just
No, it was a big thing on the news. I don't even know if it's true. There's so much information out there. But in reality, I was mentioning that I feel cognitively more impacted than I have in recent months. Um, 2025 has been a heck of a year. The the
yeah.
year of the snake.
Is it really the year of the
It's
snake?
yeah, it was the Chinese year of the snake, which means you got to shed some things to grow. I mentioned that a couple of times this year. Um, so if you think back on your year, think of the things that you don't do anymore or you don't find exciting anymore. That's that's growth because you moved on to other things. Hopefully you
Okay.
didn't hopefully our listeners didn't move away from our podcast. Hopefully they stay right here.
By the way, it's been 2 weeks since I had my infusion,
Right.
and the last time we met up, I don't know if you noticed, I feel like now I'm okay. I actually feel much better than the last time we met
Good.
up. But the
Hmm.
last time we met up, I was drained, and I didn't even put it to the infusion, to the Ocrevus infusion. But someone's like, "Didn't you just have your infusion 2 weeks? And the last time you did it, didn't it make you tired?" I'm
Yeah,
like,
we were talking about how you got steroids and you were feeling like jittery and weird, and we were talking about how steroids affect you. So
and also Doris said that when she went home after the Ocrevus, she was, and then it took like 4 or 5 days until she went down again. And I'm like, I never felt that. And 2 weeks later, I feel like it might have happened to me.
it's
So
possible.
I'm
Even if
just,
you had even if you had an infusion 10 times, the 11th time might just feel different, you know?
I'm not discrediting it anymore. If I feel tired, I'm saying I feel tired. You know what I mean?
Good.
Like it's probably the infusion. I'm not saying it's going to happen every time because it didn't happen last time. I told you I didn't get the crap gap. But this
Right.
time, anyway, we'll see what
Telling you
happens next time.
telling you it's that alien spacecraft behind the sun shooting energy waves at us.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's 100% that.
I have no comment, bro. You think you're saying weird shit, but it's not weird to me.
I listen, the the federal government has come out and said that aliens are real, and everyone went, okay.
It was on CNN.
That's what I mean. Like no one was impressed. Everyone was too busy. That's why they did it. They're like, okay,
Everybody was like, yeah, this is old news.
yeah, right. It's like where you been.
I was abducted like 4 times. That's why my eye is doing the droopy thing now. Yeah. I was really into that stuff growing up. Really. I used to I read books. Okay, I'm such a liar. I read a book about a therapist or a hypnotist that was hypnotizing people who were abducted and da 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 da. Da. This is like 15 years ago.
Okay.
I promise you, I did read that book. I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
Mhm.
My introduction to that, now that we're going way over here, my introduction to that was actually in high school. My best friend growing up, he showed me a book that he was reading called The 12th Planet by a very prominent ufologist named Zacharias Sitchin. And this is crazy because I thought he was nuts for reading it. Then I read it, and then I was like, wow, that really makes sense. And then, then years later on the History Channel, they're talking about this book and, the Ancient Alien show, and they're mentioning all the things that is in this book. And then that's when it locked in. I was like, wow, this might actually be.
Yeah.
So the idea is that there are actually 12 planets in our solar system, and the 12th one is so far away we can't see it. But this was way before, all the technology we have now. And it talks about why humans are here and what they're supposed to do. It just gives an alternate reason how we got here. I don't want to get all the way into it, but if you're into that kind of stuff and you haven't read it, it's called The 12th Planet,
Cool.
and it's a good read.
I
None
I
none of that has anything to do with disability here.
by the way, what is it called? Ufologist?
Yeah, ufologist.
That's a
UF.
UFO? Oh my God,
UF.
I've never heard that
hmm
before.
Ufology.
Ufology. I've never heard that
hmm
before. That's cool.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
That's like my other favorite, off topic thing to investigate is um cryptozoology is another big
And that's
interest of
obviously
mine.
crypto. Okay.
It's um it's the study of animals that are thought to be either mythical or have never existed.
So it has nothing to do with crypto.
No, mm-mm. As
Okay.
in like let's see, Bigfoot is a crypto.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So the Mothman,
The Loch Ness Monster.
the Loch Ness monster, the Jersey Devil,
Okay.
like all those legends. What legends do you have up there? Do they have any creatures that roam the woods that you should be looking out for?
I don't think so.
No? Oh,
I
we
don't
got a
think we
ton
even
down here.
have Bigfoot here. We don't have
There's
Bigfoot.
I've seen the show. 12 years of the show of them not finding anything. Just wandering around the woods.
But they will. Keep watching.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to be there next episode. It's fine.
Look at the previews. They definitely found something next
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yo, do you think aliens are gonna ab abduct? Abduct.
Invade.
What is the word when they? Oh my God! See, that's the fog happening right
hmm
now. What is it called when they abduct you? Abduct.
Yeah.
That doesn't
hmm
sound right to me. I don't know why. See, that's weird. But they abduct people with MS. Do you think they're like, nope, and they drop them right back?
Well, that was I don't know if you what was I think it was the movie was World War Z with
Yeah.
Brad
Okay.
Pitt. You remember that
Yeah.
movie? It's like a bunch of years. It's like 10 years old now.
Wow.
Um, but spoiler alert, they the zombies didn't want people who were sick.
I don't remember that part. I wish I watch it again to see what you're
So
talking about.
my so very early on in my diagnosis, I had a friend who bought me a t-shirt that said, I will survive the zombie apocalypse because my brain is already messed up or something like that. I wore it for a while, but that was the thing. It's like the zombies don't want my brains.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll be fine. We'll be okay.
That's zombies.
Right.
Aliens are different.
I
Zombies are
don't think
stupid. They want your brain. I don't think that stops.
I think
I think aliens might be like, yeah, you're defected. We don't need you.
I have to here's my theory about alien visitation. And this is where you can tell we're going way off the rails here. Um,
Just connect it with MS and it'll be okay.
So I have to agree with Neil deGrasse Tyson when
Okay.
he highlights the fact that you and I as humans are only 1% more advanced than the smartest chimpanzees on the planet. He says the smartest chimpanzees can do things our kindergartners can do, like identify colors, identify shapes, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He said, so if following that logic, if an alien if an alien species arrives at our planet that is only 1% more advanced than we are, the smartest humans will be their kindergartners. They'll be like,
Okay.
oh, look, isn't that cute? The smartest humans can do advanced physics and calculus and quantum theory.
Yeah.
So, what does that leave the rest of us? We're not smart enough.
Yeah.
So, that means I think if they've been here, they looked at us and they went, nope, not intelligent and moved on.
I've heard so many different theories. I can't even
Yeah.
explain it.
Yeah.
So I've heard this guy. Yeah. Okay. You know how Neil, what's his name?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. There's other scientists that are just as smart in their
Hmm.
theories, and I listen to their whole theories of how big the universe is, and we're going to talk about it for another 10 minutes for no reason, but how big
Sure.
the universe is, and there are definitely civilizations. This guy believes, just like you see in Star Wars, maybe not as crazy as that, but there's definitely civilizations. And he was like totally convinced there's no way we are so far, and that's why no aliens visit us, because we are so far. And now I'm going to start sounding silly. So let's just
Yeah.
stop.
See, it's a whole other show. This is
Let's just
like
stop.
a whole other thing
Yeah.
we can get into.
Mhm.
And the great thing about it is you can sit comfortably in any theory until evidence presents itself. So if you are the kind of person who says there's nothing out there, or you're the kind of person that says there's thousands of civilizations out there, you both can sit there and be right until there's evidence. That's the great thing about it. So
Yeah.
how does that tie into what we do here? It doesn't, but
What do
it's
you
just
mean?
fun conversation.
You don't know what you have until there's evidence, and then, oh, the MRI, oh, lumbar puncture, you have MS. There we do. I connected.
Good point. Good point, Terry. I stand corrected. That's a great way to look at it.
Thanks, buddy. So tonight is the MNMG meeting, which stands for Men's National Multiple Sclerosis Group. I always have to say that over and over again.
Okay.
MNMG. So it's going to be the fifth one, which is really cool, man. It's been happening, and I'm excited. I'm excited. And again, I always say this is very therapeutic for me, man. So if there's any guys out there that want to be part of this group, please contact me or contact MS Canada and let them know that you want to be a part of this men's group. And
Perfect.
yeah, it's
Now,
really
is
refreshing.
that the one that you were on the panel for? You were just on a panel. Talk about that.
Yes. So there was a webinar that happened on November 20th, but this webinar specifically focused on men living with MS and their mental well-being. And me and Brent, who's the other facilitator for this men's group, we both volunteer collaborated. We both were the volunteer, bro. You know what? I'm gonna leave this in because this is cog fog at its best.
Okay.
We were moderating it. We were both the volunteer
There you go.
moderators.
Okay. All right.
Wow, bro. I don't
It's
know
kind of
what's
what I
going on.
thought you were. I didn't know what you were going to say, but I
I
kind of thought you were heading there.
But it was fun. We had a lot of fun. I want to do it again. Honestly, it was scripted, so it wasn't like I had free motion of what I want to say, which is good because a lot of people don't want that from Terry. But it was cool. I had fun. I had fun. I had a lot of fun, and I don't know how many people watched. I don't know. I know it was all of Canada. So I think if there's another opportunity for me to do that again, I'm definitely doing it again.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on being asked to do that.
Thanks, buddy.
They definitely picked the right guy to moderate. This is kind of your wheelhouse, you know.
Yep.
Things
Thanks.
have been things are slowed down to a crawl as far as governmental stuff that I'm involved with, there's nothing really going on right now. Um, Honestly, they're trying to form the MS Society is trying to formulate its strategic plan for next year, because of everything that happened recently. They're kind of it's hard to tell where to go. I mean, obviously the focus is their mantra is, MS ends with us. So that's obviously, if you didn't know anything else, that's what they want to do. But how to do that, it's not as simple as, we need to cure, we need to come up with a cure. I mean, it is that simple, but the mechanics of it are not that simple. So it takes a lot of planning and a lot of people. And when you have the amount of people that are involved, and there's, thousands of people, all those moving parts have to have some kind of coordination and some kind of direction. Otherwise, it just nothing would ever get done. So, naturally around the holidays, um, everything just kind of slows down.
Definitely. Yeah, I get it. I get it. By the way, I found something I want to read about the Canada Post strike. So
Oh,
we're so
okay.
we're going back, okay?
Yeah, yeah. No, it's good that you research in the middle of the show. I do it all the time. You got to fact check yourself. It's very important.
Bro, it's because you're giving me updates about your the whatever.
Hmm.
I'm like, how do I not know about Canada Post? Seriously, bro. So I looked it up. Canada Post strike over for now. Here's how it could
Okay.
resume ahead of the holidays. After more than 2 years of continuous negotiations and two national strikes, Canada Post and the Canadian Union of Postal Workers reached agreements in principle for the bargaining units on November 21st. That was 4 days ago.
Okay.
But several
Where'd you
questions
keep going? Sorry.
but several questions remain that could lead to a resumption. Uh, did I say that word wrong?
No.
Okay. Of strike activity it left unresolved according to a business expert. So for now it's stopped.
And
That's
where's that from?
this
You got to cite your source, Terry.
insidehalton.com.
All right, there we go.
I think that's legit. It's legit. It's
Yeah.
not.
Well, that's, you got to say that in case somebody wants to fact check your fact checking.
I get it. I get it. What do you say? All my facts are right. I get it. I get it. Okay.
Okay, good to know. So that when I send you something, it'll get there. All right, cool.
Yeah.
That's why I've been holding off.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. Bullshit.
It's not.
Oh no, what did I say? I didn't say anything.
Uh-huh.
I said okay, buddy.
Uh-huh.
I'm joking. Yeah. So did we finish what you were talking about? I'm sorry.
We did.
I know we talked about cognitive issues. I'm having it too.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm
That's
open.
those are the scariest. Those are the scariest things in my opinion. Like, yeah, my eye is, my vision's gone. I've dealt with that. I've come to peace with that. My arm, the pain, the leg pain, the arm pain, that kind of stuff. You know, we get in I get into this like hierarchy of fears where it's like I'm not so afraid of losing my ability to walk. I'm more afraid of losing my ability to see, but I'm most afraid of my losing my ability to think. And when the doctors said over 10 years ago, you got to take the stress, as much stress out of your life as possible. And they say that to everybody. Um, but then they don't really, there's no real guide on how to do that. But you figure it out over time. And I've done that. But once you take as much stress out as you can and things still aren't, cooperating or behaving, it gets scary, you know? So, so that's my, what's your hierarchy?
I think as long as everyone is aware, I think things are easy. As long as everyone's aware and you put your ego to the side, that's
Hmm.
my main thing because yeah, I have cognitive issues, but I think I've accepted it and I tell people, sorry, I'm going through a cog fog.
Yeah.
So I'll say that and That is my fear as well, but not as much as yours maybe. And neither is the blindness because I don't have it like you do. Right? This is very minimal, dude. This is nothing. But I do notice. No, I know. I'm just saying, but I do notice it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not freaking
Well,
out.
you're addressing it. You're addressing it, and that's all you can do. That's literally all you can do. And then you address it, you deal with it, or and you live with it. That's all we can do.
You know,
And we just lean on each other. You
you know
know.
when someone says, "Wow, you're a warrior," it's like I have no choice.
Right.
It's like, "Wow, you keep fighting." I have no choice. It's either keep fighting or gone,
Yep.
one or the other. So we are resilient. I hate saying that word too, but we are because we don't
Hmm.
stop, bro. We have so many issues, and so many people I talk to too. So many issues: bladder, numbness, cog fog, and we still keep going. We're not there's a lot of people I've met when I first got diagnosed that were not leaving their bed because of depression. We don't see any of that with the people we're maybe we don't see it because they're hiding themselves from showing us they're depressed, which is a big thing. But I knew people that wouldn't leave their home, and people would come up to me and be like, "Can you talk to him? Can you tell him?" Because they thought I was all, "Hey, everything's fine," but I was in denial. I'm fine. I'm not, I mean, who's not depressed? It's like a spectrum thing. Who's not depressed on the spectrum? You might be this much, you're like, nah, I'm not depressed, and you might be this much. But I think it's a spectrum thing where everyone has a little bit of depression in them, especially you're going to die one day. How you not get depressed from that? Okay, I'm done.
Okay. I'll tell you how I don't get depressed from that, and maybe it'll help other people.
Please.
I don't get depressed from that because it is inevitable that it is going to happen. So I don't worry about it because I'm 45. Statistically, I have 30 years left, average lifespan. I don't want to spend the next 30 years worrying about something that's going to happen that I'm not going to be ready for. You could prep, you can plan, you can do every single thing. You're still you're still getting to the same point. And that is the part where it becomes overwhelming. That's the part where it becomes like, oh my God. So how do you combat that? I choose to focus on today. I don't look, I say this a lot, and Kit kind of like, she has her feelings about this, but I always say one day I'm gonna close my eyes, open my eyes, and I'm gonna be somewhere else, and I'm not gonna know how I got there or why it happened. I'm not worried about passing away because I won't know it happened. I mean, I feel bad that other people will be sad
Yeah.
like that. That's really what we're worried about is the sadness that will be felt. But it's, so I don't focus on that. I focus on today. What do I get to do today while I'm here? I have to do things. There's things I have to do, just like everybody. So you do the things you have to do, or I do the things I have to do. Then I get to do what I want to do. I have to pay my bills. They're all paid. What do I get to do? Well, I get to enjoy the day. I get to go outside, hang out with Kit. You know, th- that's what I focus on. I don't focus on that because, like I said, I won't know. And that's kind of how I deal with it.
I'm
I don't know if
not,
that's healthy. I don't know if that's healthy or
no,
not, but
it's fine. I think it's fine. I'm not the type of guy that I don't focus on it. I just try not to. Because
Mhm,
it's like, if I think of death, I go into this spiral.
mhm,
I can't get out of it. And I'm like, holy, and then it just freaks me out.
mhm.
I don't know. It must freak people out when they think about it. But
It
anyway,
does
I,
because listen, because it's the unknown, because there's no answers, there's no
Mm.
guidebook, there's no this. That's why religion is comforting. That's why, the idea of a life hereafter and a, everlasting happiness and all these things, or, in my case, um, it's reviewing what you did while you were here, learning while you're there, wherever there is, and then
S-
getting to come back and try again.
So this makes me feel better in life, knowing that whatever we're doing now in 200 years, nobody will be talking about unless we do something special in this world and it goes in the
40
history
below
books.
zeros, 40 below zero is going to be around forever. We put it on the internet.
Awesome. Awesome.
Maybe
But
one day, maybe one day we'll be in an archive somewhere when they said, "Oh, this is part of the time period where humans had autoimmune diseases."
yeah.
We're making a historical record here.
Yeah. So my point is in 300 years, 400 years, no one is talking about okay, let's pretend we're done. It's 200 years from now. No one's like, "Hey, do you remember that guy Terry? You're kind of related to him. Do you remember the time he peed himself? Do you remember the time he messed up in front of 50 people and he said this instead of that?" No one cares. It's done. It's gone. No one
Yeah.
no one's even thinking about, our great grandparents that had a big fight with his wife. He got divorced and he ended up doing anyway.
Right. Right. Now I hear
Uh,
what you're saying. So the point
no one cares.
that,
So just live your life today knowing no one
yeah.
cares. This doesn't matter. So if I act
Yeah.
stupid, blah, 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 who cares? Who cares? No, what? What? Who
No,
cares?
listen,
Like,
I'm with you.
why? That stresses me out. Who cares what people think? And that was my big thing. And I'm really
Yeah.
trying. Like, who cares, man? My life,
Well,
I had a,
you've made great strides in that. When I first met you, that was very important to you. And now it's not. So that's what growth is, Terry. And it's commendable that you've got to that point. So all the work you're doing is working.
thanks, Dr. Nick.
A lot of times, a lot of times people go to the gym twice and they go, "How come I don't have gains yet?" It's just like anything. It's consistency. How do you live life? How do you live life with MS? It's just consistency. You just show up every day and you just do the best you can with what you got and the tools that are available. It's not magic to, me and you and all the other people that we've talked to over the years. It's the same story. They just show up every day. They don't even know how we do it. I don't even know how I do it, but all I know is I just show up. So with that, I think that's a good spot to wrap. And I want to wish everybody a safe and happy holiday season. Try not to get too stressed. You know, indulge in your favorite foods and places and people. It's a celebratory time. So and honestly, and good luck. I hope to see you all the next time we come around because we'll be starting season 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Season 5 starts next January
This is
or
great.
early February.
I'm having a lot of fun, man. Thank you.
I'm having a lot of fun too, and I hope to continue it. So thank you, Terry, for all the effort you put into this show, because I can tell you it's a heck of a lot more than I do.
We
Oh,
have,
and we got merch.
yep, we got merch and we're doing the shirts, the hats, the sweaters,
Yep.
and we'll set it up. We'll set it up on the website.
Yep.
But for now, if you guys are interested in anything, please email us and I'll give you the different colors that we have as well.
Yeah, we're doing a soft release, soft launch of our merch over the holiday season. But next year, come season 5, we'll have it polished and ready to roll and streamlined. So it'd be super cool to show your support for the show and what we do. So that's it, brother.
Thanks,
Talk
bro.
soon.
Talk soon, man. So check us out at 40belowzero.com. That's 4 letter T below zero.com. Or feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. Our email address is info@40belowzero.com. Our personal Instagram account are for Nix, it's Nix_V713. Or for Terry, it's What's _MS. Awesome. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. We'll talk soon.